Hello everybody, I hope you're having a wonderful day, and today I have another unboxing to share with you guys. Now I know we're a little close here, but I don't want to flip it over revealing where I live because no one's going to say anything to me anyways. But anyway, this is going to be my unboxing knife. I am starting to use this guy again. I pulled it off of NAF sale. This was basically a build that I did. This is my first ever Spyderco Little Native. This was the Knife Joker exclusive, and I basically did this build. I got some custom RGT scales for it, and then just never really used it again. I was essentially asking for what everything cost me, and then I cut off like 50-60 bucks, and just kind of sat there for a couple months. Nobody really wanted it, so I figured, you know what, I'm gonna start using it again. So I pulled it off, and here we go. I've been trying to break this thing in because honestly it's still breaking in. That's how new this thing is, even still. But yeah, let's open this guy up. Pretty sure this is coming from a NAF sale. Bought some stuff recently, and I'm very excited to share it with you guys. It's nothing too crazy, but it's just for more content. That's all it really is. It's nothing too crazy. What is this? Are these just boxes? Why are these giant mouse boxes? No, I don't think there's... What is this? Okay, yeah, they're just boxes. I thought for a second, I'm like, what the hell's going on? Okay, cool. Okay, they're just boxes, just for packaging purposes. Okay, so that means this one must be... Yeah, there it is. Alright, cool. Alright, so we have two things that we've seen on the channel already. And in fact, we have this guy over here. This is Urban EDC F5.5. This is the one that I bought basically two of, took the parts that I wanted from one, made my own, and sold off the counterpart knife. And it's been wonderful, absolutely wonderful using this. But I really wanted to be able to get some titanium scales, and the titanium variant just... I don't know, I just felt like it was just a little too much for what it was, because I already know what the knife is all about, right? It's nothing crazy, it's nothing new to me, but I really wanted the scale. So honestly, I made this purchase to support a buddy that I've made on NAF sale, I would say. And ooh, that's nice. Why does this feel slightly larger? Is it? No, it can't be. No, is it? No way. Huh, that's really weird. The titanium one feels a whole lot more hand-filling and just a little bit larger. And you know what, maybe it is. But hey, that ain't too bad. That's cool, that's cool. Now, the seller did warn me that there was a little bit of play up and down, I think he said. Yeah, it's a little bit. And honestly, the lockup is still pretty fresh. Like, it doesn't look like it's like too far in. There's still gonna be plenty of access. This is a super easy fix. All you gotta do is just disassemble the knife, bend over. This is a titanium lock bar because there's titanium liners in this. Just bend it over, boom, you're done. That's it. And it would take a long time for it to basically fall back to where it was before you have to adjust it again. This is something that I rarely ever have to do, and honestly, most of my knives haven't really stayed in my collection long enough for me to have to readjust them at a later date, right? So I got this thing for what I would consider an absolute steal. I'm assuming this is an M390 blade because that's pretty much what all of them are. Does it say somewhere? No, I don't know. But this is a user. This is not like a brand spanking new knife. I believe this was originally owned by Stabby Strokes on Instagram. Wonderful individual, putting out pretty funny content. I do definitely like the stuff that she puts out. It's pretty nice. And she has a sweet collection, absolute awesome collection. Little mark there on the clip, not a big deal, whatever. Here's this back spacer, little scratch there. I couldn't care less, honestly. I was after the scales, really. So now that I'm doing my own customizations and stuff with scales, I'm going to clean this up, do what I can with it, and just have a good time with it. I hope to be able to get a chance to make some content. Guys, I've been having such a difficult time making customization content because I'm like going back and forth between the house. And if I'm using my phone like I am now, it overheats and the video cuts out at like 6 or 7 minutes or so. I do have a GoPro, but there's a bunch of stuff on there that needs to be, I guess, sorted through. And then I'll be able to start doing stuff and be able to be a little bit more mobile. But I promise I have a lot more customization stuff. You guys can see me, either burn myself or blow up my house or something as I'm, mess around with fire or electricity or stuff like that. But that's the intention with this guy. So I got some pretty cool scales, and once I fix up this knife and everything, I'll probably sell the other one off for a pretty sweet deal. So something that someone out there cannot resist. And then this, you guys know that the CMB Made Knives Predator was one of my favorite knives from earlier this year. I had the black, I don't think it was DLC, it could have been, but I think it might have just been black washed. It's 14C20 end blade material, and it had the white G10. I fully intended to dye them teal because that is my absolute favorite color. Something a whole lot lighter than this. This is pretty saturated. This is really, really rich. It's also a little dirty because I use it a lot. I take it a lot to work. It's an absolute perfect knife. It really is, in my opinion. That's why it's made its way into a size comparison spot. But this thing right here, this has got to be one of the greatest competitors to a Chinese produced, what was I comparing it to a while back? You know what? I have them here. Let me just pull them out. So, before you get all crazy, just hear me out. There's that guy, and then let's get this one here. Okay. Making a little bit of a mess, but honestly, this is a pretty good comparison to something like the Manix, right? Have that crossbar style lock, ball cage lock, ball lock, whatever you want to call it there. Same shit, right? But you have Omega springs here, you have a regular coil spring there. A little bit different, feels a little bit different, but the action and the idea behind it, keeping your fingers out of the way of the collapsing blade, that's what runs this whole thing. And then this beautiful beast over here. So these guys are all about the same exact length. And I will say that this right here probably has the most amount of value because action right out of the box. Now this is also not brand new, but my brand new one that I used to have, that thing was sweet, absolutely wonderful out of the box. And you can do so much adjustments to it. This is also running on bearings. I'm pretty sure the ceramic bearings, and you can tighten them. You can actually tighten the lock here and make things a little bit stiffer, just a little bit more, I guess, controlled. And side to side, this is solid. Up and down, super solid. Now, you know what? I do have, if I really muscle it, I have a little bit of up and down with that. With my bug out, I have a little bit of up and down with that. And all these other guys, these are on washers. So there are benefits and there are disadvantages to that. I would say that for somebody who really wants to get a hold of a full-size knife but doesn't want to break the bank, I think these guys brand new, they're like 60, 65 bucks, maybe 70 bucks at the absolute most. You can get them on Amazon. They're like always in stock now. But yeah, I'm super happy to have this thing back, or at least a variation of it. This has obviously been used, so I'm gonna take it apart, clean it, do my thing with it, and just have a good time using this. This is definitely gonna go to work with me tomorrow, and I'm definitely happy to have it back in the collection. So let's take a look at that edge. Nothing crazy, doesn't look like it's been really used much at all, honestly. Let's go ahead and check out the edge. Oh, good to go. Absolutely wonderful. You know what? Yeah, that's a factory edge still. This was probably just slightly stropped. That thing is an absolute slicing champ for sure. Let's go ahead and test the edge on this f5.5 real quick. This has probably been sharpened. Yeah, that looks like it's been sharpened at least once, at the very least once. But you know what? It is plenty slicey, and in comparison to mine, it should be no different. Mine is just a little bit quieter because the edge is a little bit higher and just a little bit more refined. So you can see there, wonderful edge geometry with these knives. They are thick on the spine, but there is just a very compact, stout, robust design. Do definitely enjoy it. So with that being said, if you guys enjoyed this little unboxing, go ahead and leave a like down below. If you guys have these knives, go ahead and share with me your guys' experience. And with that being said, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.